Hello and welcome back to another installment of Flea Market Finds, where I go out to my local flea market, have a look around, see what I can find, bring it home, show you all. That's the basic premise of it, so let's get started. Actually, I went to a flea market and then I went to a couple of other places. I went to some cash converters and had a look around. So I got quite a few things. If you only want to see shoes, stay around for the first few minutes. Basically, when I stop showing shoes on camera, then you can click off the video if you want. That's fine, that is all good. Some of you may find this interesting, some of you don't. Anyways, let's get started, because I've only got 2 pairs of shoes, so this won't be very long, I imagine. The good old backpack. What does it contain? So, in here is 2 pairs only, I think. Yes, it is. So let's start with the shoes first. So the first pair I have here is a pair of Nike Mavericks. Now, I'm not too sure if I filmed a Flea Market Finds featuring another pair that I got, which are these ones here. These are Maverick. I'm not too sure. I'll put on the screen here. But these are basically the same thing, just in red, and these are size 11. These ones are size 12. But these are quite big for me. And I see in size 11s and I thought, may as well grab them. They are in fair shape. No drag or anything done to them, really. Bit grimy, sort of underneath in the sole area. The midsole needs to be cleaned up. The suede also needs to be cleaned up quite significantly. A bit of creasing on the toe box. I found something that really helps me when I'm cleaning shoes as well, is if I shove paper towel inside of the shoe, clean the shoe, and then dry it all off and stuff, I can take the paper towel out and it's rock hard, and the toe box basically pops back to its original factory state, which is good. So I always do that. But there is the tag there. These are 2012. Different codes on my other Mavericks. I just had a look. That's going to be a little bit hard to clean up. Just have a look around the rest of the shoe. It's not too bad. But these are probably one of my favourite Nike shoes. They're just a very comfortable fit. Do like them. And these were only $7.50. Why were they only $7.50? Because I got a bit of a deal. I mean, I could just mark them down to $5 and the next one's $10, but no, I'll just put it at $7.50. So the next pair we have had on the channel before, I kind of screwed those ones up by trying to paint them, and I shouldn't have tried to paint them because they look god-awful now. I think they're 11.5s or 12.5s. I'm not too sure. Anyways, these shoes were at the same guy that had the Nike Mavericks, and these are Nike TN shoes, Nike TN Air. There is a proper name to them, and I don't remember the name of them. Sorry, I will put it here. These really do need a cleanup. These are very ratty. There's actually surprisingly not a lot of drag to the shoes, which is good. And I must admit, I like the white color. There is this here, which was happening on my other TN shoes as well. All of this was sort of pulling away, and you can sort of slightly pull that down. But if you just put a bit of super glue there, then there's no problems. That's probably not the way you're supposed to do it, but anyways. Yeah, there's a lot of scratches, scrapes, scuffs, and all that sort of stuff, so I'm gonna have to really go at these to try and get them back to factory. Don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I will try. But that's pretty rank. The insole is kind of still there. It says Nike, kind of. And these are from 2015. But they're US 11, which will fit me fine. Yeah, 2015, and they're pretty much like this. I mean, 2015 was like 4 years ago, so it's kind of a long way. I will attempt to clean these up using my standard brush and all that sort of stuff, and just be a little bit gentle with the uppers, but kind of have to be a little bit rough to get all that out. I'll try my best, and once I'm done with them, I'll splice in some footage just after this little bit, and hopefully this video will all make sense. If I don't end up splicing footage in, well then it's going to make no sense. But anyways, these were $7.50 because I got both the Mavericks and these for $15. So you could say that these were 10 and these were 5, or these were 10, these were 5, whatever, or $7.50. I'm going to say $7.50 each. So, alright, I'll splice in some footage now, and hopefully you can see the clean products. Okay, so just a quick edit with these shoes here. I have cleaned them up for the most part, and they do look considerably better than they were before, but I kind of tried to paint the midsoles and stuffed up a little bit. But otherwise, they're looking fairly clean now, and I've put my foot into them, I've cleaned the inside out and everything like that, so it's all good. I've laced them up, and they fit pretty good, so I'm fairly happy with these. Also cleaned up the toe caps a little bit as well, tried to touch up some of that. But yeah, these I consider basically done for the most part. The other ones, the Nike Mavericks, I just done a basic clean on them, so nothing much to show. These were the ones that were really wrecked, and I need to super glue just there, but that's okay. So that's basically the spliced in video. If you just wanted to see shoes, then that is it, so you can click off the video. But if you wanted to continue and see what else I picked up, then continue watching, feel free. If done correctly, you should have seen some cleaned up shoes. If I didn't, well, sorry. Anyways, that is the end of shoes that I picked up from the flea market this week. So now I'll show you the rest of the stuff that I got, which is, it's a mishmash of everything. So this was just on a table of random miscellaneous stuff. This is Blade Runner the game, which I've actually been looking for a copy for a while, because I'm a big fan of Blade Runner. If you have not seen the film, you should probably see it, because it's a good science fiction, action sort of film. Really good. When I discovered that there was actually a PC game of Blade Runner, it's not actually like you play as Deckard, but you know, it continues on with Blade Runner, and now that Blade Runner 2049's out, you know, everything sort of makes sense. But yeah, this was here. Los Angeles, November 2019. Ha, they were wrong. I love this stuff here. I love all this. Immerse yourself in the dark, gritty world of Los Angeles 2019, where you become both the hunter and the hunted. Stunning visuals as well as atmospheric smoke, fog, fire, and rain that affect your character in real time. 4 CDs packed with over 100 interactive environments, and interact with over 70 motion captured characters. Wow. Top-notch Hollywood talent from a bunch of people, and yeah. This is for Windows 95 after all. If Clint from LGR or Lazy Game Reviews is watching, do you have a copy of this? If you do not, I will send this to you if you would like. But I kind of want it for myself. You probably have this by now anyway. But what's rattling around inside of the box is just the Blade Runner discs, which are floating around in there. Wonderful. There you go. All 4 discs are there, which is good. You get a little insert and some other stuff like, hey, look at all our other games and stuff. I like retro games that are in the box, in the big box and stuff. Like I've got Doom and Quake and all the good stuff. I'm a fan of Blade Runner. I seen it, and for $5, I wasn't going to turn it down. I could have bargained, but no, you never bargain for Blade Runner. Also, fun fact, I have the origami unicorn tattooed on my arm, on my sleeve. So yeah, that's just a little fun fact for you all there. So moving on to this. Well, you can't really see it actually. So this here is a HomTom? HomTom. Yeah, it's a HomTom phone. So it says not charging on here for $15. I asked the guy if I can have it for $10, and he laughed and said, yeah, sure, why not? He goes, if you get it working again, then it's all good and well for you. We're going to see if we can get it working again. I'm going to try a number of things to see if I can get it working. Hopefully I can get it to work, because it has 4G. So it's got a 3000 milliamp hour battery, maybe not 3000, but whatever. Dual SIM card slots, and up here it says, yeah, 4G. So, we will see, but I'm going to chuck a USB cable in it. And if that doesn't show or do anything, I'll put the battery directly onto my little battery charger thingamajiggy. And if that works and the phone boots up and stuff, well, sweet, $10 phone. But we'll see. So I'll have to come back to this one. I'll set this up and we'll move on. Just quickly, I've put the battery into the little charger thing that I have. So we'll charge up the battery just by itself, and then I'll come back to it, see if it's working. But moving on to this here. Well, you can't see that. Now you can. This is a large mouse mat. This is a Thermaltake one. It is a Thermaltake Draconum RGB Gaming Mouse Pro. And I seen it and thought, I could probably use this. Standard USB cable, which is nice. And then it has 2 buttons up here. What do the 2 buttons say? On and off and RGB mode. So I actually don't intend on using this as a mouse pad. Instead, I want to use this as a little mat to repair phones. Because when I take apart phones and stuff, I've only got my desk, and I'd rather just sort of have stuff on here because it's nice and grippy and all that sort of stuff. It just made sense, and I would say this was $10. I got a few other things and it came to $20. I'll say this is $10 for now, but let's test it out. Let's test it out. Let's see what it does. Yeah, so there you go. It does work. Sorry for my loud computer noise. And it all glows and all looks nice. So, to me, that's a good deal. Can't wait to set it up actually, because it'll look really sick. God damn, it looks cool with the whole and yeah, I like this. Okay, moving on. So I've plugged this one in already, and this here is an MSI, what was it? MSI Interceptor gaming mouse. It's red, my computer glows red, and it looks cool, so I grabbed it. Let's just say $7 for this, because the other thing's not worth a lot. I've got a thermal take something or other at the moment, I can't remember what it's called, but it doesn't have a forward button. It's got a back button, but it doesn't have forward. So for the last few months I've been only just using back, and it's been really annoying not having the forward one there, so this one does. And this also has a part for weights as well, not that I'll probably be able to show you. All the weights there, all loaded up to give the mouse some heaviness to it. Got it connected to my computer, all works, so I'm going to put it back on sleep. Next thing I got was this adorable little guy here. Here's a little Bluetooth speaker. Well, I think he's a Bluetooth speaker. It has line in, on off, DC 5 volt, USB, and place for a micro SD card. And little speakers there, and you can switch his head around. Actually, if I do, hang on. See, he glows. I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted for like playing 2 seconds of that, but that's what it sounds like. It's actually not too bad, and this, yeah, it turns around, he's like, no, don't buy Apple. This works, it's pretty good, and yeah, this was only $2, which is actually really good. So, $2 Bluetooth speaker. Next up is this Alcatel phone. That was very random. This was $2 as well, and this was just a whole bunch of crap. And I picked it up and I went, that logo is American. I think it's Sprint. I don't know. No, AT&T. I didn't even read the sticker. It's AT&T. So there you go. Charge this one up and put it in editing to see if it works, but I just got it mainly for the novelty of it. I don't really care if it works or not. Okay, next up, this is part of the RGB mouse pad and the MSI gaming mouse. They also had this there, which, if you didn't know by now, I'm a Vans fanboy. And when I seen this, I thought, hell, why not? It's this decent sized sort of tablecloth. It's a Vans one. Checkered. Seems official, I think. So I'll say this is $3, which is pretty good. I mean, I would have happily paid $5 for it, but just to sort of balance out the difference between paying $7 and $5 for a gaming mouse and then paying $5 for a tablecloth or table mat. It would fit on most sort of little coffee tables and stuff. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. Actually, I just might put it on my wall or something like that. That might be good. Yeah, I might put some blue tack on the corners and put it on my wall. That'll be good. And that is pretty much it for the flea market stuff. The next two things are from cash converters. I didn't really pick up much from cash converters. It was basically flea market stuff. But I got this. This here is Brian's Ford F-150 from the Fast and Furious, the first one. This is the car he drives in the beginning to go to the shop. And this is what they bring all the parts for the Supra in. It's all stacked up on there, all tied to this car, and I believe that's the name of where he was working on there. Infamously, if you watch the scene when Brian, or Paul Walker, drives this car to the shop after having the fight with Dominic at the little cafe there, he drives straight into the gutter, and you can actually see the bumper sort of almost flex and kind of sort of come off. If you watch that scene, yeah, he just flies around, boop, hits it. You can actually hear the bang, but obviously that was done in one take and they obviously liked it. Yeah, so anyways, I got that. I'll open it up later on and have a look at it, but yeah, it looks pretty good. And yeah, it's only $9 from cash converters. So that's pretty cool. And lastly is the biggest one of them all. How are you supposed to see this? I don't think you're going to be able to see this properly. Okay, this is almost impossible to see, but to put a long story short, this is the car from Back to the Future. It's the DeLorean DMC-12. This is from Back to the Future Part 3, and it's a remote control car, brand new in its box. Well, kind of brand new. It's sort of being ripped open a little bit, but we can just ignore that. It was $29. I got it for $27 because it only had just been put out on the floor at Cash Converters recently, so they couldn't really do much price-wise with it, but $2 off is $2 that I spent on something else. But yeah, it's a Palm Racer. I believe I actually have a loose version of this somewhere, but I'm a big fan of Back to the Future. I've got a lot of the cars and models and stuff like that. It's always fascinated me as a kid. I grew up watching Back to the Future Part 1, 2, and 3, and I really wish there was a fourth one, but they ended the trilogy quite well, and I don't think it should be rebooted or anything, so that's my thoughts of it. But it was good to see this, you know, brand new as packaging. I don't even know how old it is, to be fairly honest. Yeah, it looks so old school, but yeah, it looks cool. Speed of up to 2 kilometers. Huh. We'll have to see. It even explains the timeline to you here, just in case you didn't know what was going on in the film. Surely you'd know what's going on if you're watching them. Otherwise, I'll put some batteries in it and let you know during editing to see if it works or not. I'm pretty sure it should, because everything is there. But yeah, pretty stoked to get that for 27 bucks. Sorry, quick update about this. Still trying to charge it. By the time I edit, hopefully I'll get it working. Maybe. Hopefully. Who knows. I'm going to do a tally up, may as well. So the 2 pairs of shoes for $15. Blade Runner game for $5. The phone for $10. The RGB mousepad for 10 bucks. The MSI gaming mouse for $7. The Vans checkerboard table mat for $3. The little Android speaker for $2. The Alcatel phone for $2. And then additional extras is Brian's Ford F-150 from the Fast and Furious. Then the DeLorean from Back to the Future 3, both picked up from Cash Converters. Plus an early bird fee for the Flea Market, which was $5.50. So that comes to, I don't even know how much. My brain's not working at the moment. I'm pretty tired. So that's all I've got to show you all. I hope you enjoyed it for the most part. It wasn't that interesting because it's just stuff that I like, but you got to see shoes for the most part. But anyways, this is probably going to be a half-an-hour video, and I've got to clean their shoes. So hopefully I can clean these up and splice in a little bit of footage, and that'll be a little bit of a bonus for you all. I'm done for now. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, and some more videos on shoes, actual shoes, will be coming soon, I hope. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Take care, be good people. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever that may be. Shoes, probably.
From the dead.
If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.